All right. What's going on?
What up? What up? What up?
How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Football Frame of Mind podcast, man. We got my boy Cam here. My name's Brandon. We are ready to talk some college football, a bunch of really cool topics today. Got a top five segment to end. But before we get into any of that, what you got, brother?
Hey man, blessed man, blessed to be doing this with you, man. Blessed to be talking about football, man. Blessed to be doing this, podcast, and let's get going, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. Some
Get it.
some good news and everything, man. So, but first and foremost, man, let's give a big shout out to our college football podcast home, man. College football dogs, man. Um, like I said, one of the coolest places to get your football content, man. Um, we enjoy partnering with them. Their network is awesome. Their editors are awesome. Their writers are awesome, man. So we're excited to be a part of that, man. So, like I said, we're gonna keep the description down there, their link in the description, so you can keep on joining the movement, man. It's important. So they grow and we grow as well. So, next thing, man, you gotta do this for us, man. You see all of our socials, man. All of our socials, man.
Follow.
Follow everywhere, man. We're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, man. Just type it in, man. And if you're an audio person, man, we got that too. So check Spotify music, Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, wherever it is that you get your podcast from. Just type in Football Frame of Mind Podcast. We'll pop up, man. It should be a football field. Something simple. I like simplicity. It makes it easy.
Agreed.
All right, man. So, like I said, we got a lot to talk about today, man. This might be one of our longer shows. Maybe we're gonna try not to make it that long, But we'll see. We'll see, man. But like I said, follow us everywhere. It's down here. Follow. All right. So, without further ado, man, we'll put the socials back up there, man. But let's get into the show, man. So I want to start off with this one. It's near and dear to my heart, man. Let's talk about Kalen DeBoer at Alabama, man. So we're about 100 days away. About 100 days away.
Give or take.
So let's talk about the job he's done so far, man. Okay. So I'll start and I want you to have your rebuttal, man, on what you think. Because you're the outsider looking in from the inside, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So, all right. So my take on Kalen DeBoer, man, is he was on an uphill battle anyway, right? Saban announces his retirement, shocks the whole college football world. And you're thinking, oh man, who are they gonna get? Now, personally, I was hoping for Lane Kiffin because not only is he a NIL darling, man, he's hip to the recruits nowadays. Believe it or not, man, Lane Kiffin is on the NIL tip. He is he's a winner. I would say he won just about everywhere. Not big scale winning, but enough for you to be okay. He's a guy, right? And he's got an attitude to win. And he was responsible for the Bama resurgence after the championship against Notre Dame, where we kind of stagnated a little bit, where we were good, but there were teams that just, clipped us right before the finish line, right? So that was my personal pick, right? But, hearing the rumors about Kalen DeBoer being there, I definitely didn't expect him to leave Washington, to be honest with you. I did not think he was going to leave Washington. I thought they were going to keep him, But with the collapse of the Pac-12, that's when I realized, okay, a lot of those coaches might be out of there, because they don't have a home. Some teams had just announced that they were going to the Big 12 and various conferences. So it's like, I don't really want to be a part of that. So fast forward, he gets the job. Then you see the recruiting, the transfer portal people leave, right? Caleb Downs, big fella, I can't remember his name, man. Big lineman. Started all of the year as a freshman, but dude, they leave, right? So then, he has to like grab the reins, like, yo, hold up. I could do this, right? So as we move into this part of the off season, right? Or as Josh Pate says, as we move forward, I would give the grade right now and actually a B plus, man. I would give it a B plus if you're asking me to grade his job so far, because the fact that he was able to not only keep some of these guys in, you got Ryan Williams, who's like a top 10 prospect, right, out of Alabama, one of the best receivers in the country. He decommitted once Saban left, but he was able to keep him in house. That's good, because you got to win your state, no matter if it's Idaho or if it's Minnesota or Hawaii or Alaska. You got to win your state or your pipelines, right? And Alabama is one of those second tier recruiting pipelines. A lot of players come from there. But like I said, a B plus, man. Just dealing with all of that, the media, trying to just establish a new culture, man. I like the fact that he keeps some of Saban's mannerisms, but doing something else as far as with NIL. It's known out here that Saban really didn't like NIL at all. And I think DeBoer is embracing it. It's here. It's a part of it. You're going to have to use it, man. So I think he's done a B plus effort as far as not only steadying the ship, but also in incorporating his culture, man. So my thing, what you think, man? What you think about Kalen DeBoer so far?
So it's not premature because we're not to the end of the offseason yet, and you still have to take a bit of this with a grain of salt as well. Because you want to see how everything's going to translate once you get into August, once you get into like obviously fall ball, and you start getting into actual games. I do respect the fact that one, he was able to shake back after losing a couple of these big name guys. It would keep guys. He would have put a decent staff together because I wanted to lose a few people. He had got some of the guys he wanted, some people he felt comfortable with. It didn't hurt him that he was able to get guys to transfer from Washington so he gets some more familiarity, get some more of his people in there to kind of build his culture.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, man, I don't think there's really too much negative at all. I'd probably give him a B just just to be fair, I wouldn't go any lower, any higher. I think it's a good baseline for like what he's done, able to accomplish up to this point. But I think once we get into August and you start seeing how the depth charts are going to fall out and then kind of figure out who's going to be where and where they're going to be at, I feel like I'd have a much better grasp, or at least be able to say, okay, I can go higher, lower, whatever. But there's nothing really bad I've seen up to this point. I think he's done really good at building his roster, building a good coaching staff, being able to win in recruiting, being able to win in the transfer portal, things like that. Like he hasn't really had not too many red flags right offhand for me. I think he's done really well. I give him a B.
Yeah, man. Hey, see, I told you we the same fan, man. Because I saw some good, man. I think losing Caleb Downs was a big loss. Like I don't think anybody on the roster can replace what he was going to do next season. But I feel like as far as the overall thing, like not only adding some guys from the transfer portal, I feel like there are a lot of guys in the combination of those guys can make up for what Caleb Downs was going to do, you know. So, and then you pick up Damani Jackson from USC, who people in the Trojans fan base and in the rumor mill say that, you know, he's not that good. But I personally don't know what y'all talking about.
I think he got overshadowed by how bad the defense was.
Yeah, like USC was really bad at defense. So, I mean, he's going to look bad too. You know, like, I mean, it's cool to score 50 points a game, bro. It really is. It's cool to score 50, especially, y'all just do that easily. But that's what Lincoln Riley does, man. And we all know that. We all know that. So, but I give it a B, and it was really cool. It was really cool how he just steadied the ship, man. So, but like I said, let's move on to this next topic, man. This one shocked me a lot, man. It shocked me a lot. I was not expecting this to be an issue, man. I never thought I would see this in college football, but here we go. Let's talk about Jaden Rashada suing the Florida Gators, man. Let's talk about that, man. So let's preface the story with Jaden Rashada was a 5-star recruit, committed to Florida, got a huge, we're talking like $14 million NIL deal. I think the Florida trustees ran off on the plug. As far as we want to say, they did not want to pay him what they agreed to pay him. So he bolts and signs with Arizona State. I'm not sure where he's at right now because I know he was in the transfer.
I think he transferred again. I don't remember where he ended up landing though.
Yeah. So I know that he ended up going to Arizona State and being really good there. Actually, he played really good last season. So he's suing them for, I guess, the money that they owe him because I guess it was a contract that he signed. But I wanted to get your thoughts on this, man. Who do you think is in the wrong? Are they both in the wrong? Or like what's your thought process on this, man?
So I feel like anytime you get in the dual talks, especially this is the bad thing about NIL because we still don't have a whole lot of future. So it's still like kind of like how we said last off season, it's still kind of Wild West to me. Things can get out of hand, situations like this happen. I got they signed on the dotted line. Yeah, I feel like contractually you are obligated to them said me. But there's two coin that okay, you dispute and you. I feel like if you would have stayed. But when you transfer it out, I'm not gonna say they're not obligated to give him that money, but at that point, like, they're not. It's not the NFL get to another team, and obviously sometimes the teams have to pay out a partial piece of the salary, things like that. But the fact that you transfer Florida because you never did anything, you didn't really ever step foot on the field or really put anything with them. So at the end of my I would probably think more of it would be towards Florida, but I think you still have to kind of look at the fact that he transferred out, and now a year later is trying to get said money from said university. It could go more of the blame is on, but I feel like you need to dive a little bit deeper because I feel like once you're out of their locker room, you didn't even really do anything to fulfill said contract. I don't know if they really owe you the money at the end of the day, but what do you think?
So my take on it is, man, I think giving a player $13 million that ain't played in college football was a mistake anyway, right? That that
Agreed.
was a,
Agreed.
that was a mistake anyway, right? But Florida's in a spot where they have to make a splash, and they have to do it, you know, and it made sense to make that splash right now, but to give a player that much is not that was the mistake first of all, and then
More lucrative. It's nuts.
yeah, I mean it is lucrative, but at the same time you make the agreement. Now the question is,
Mm-hmm.
who signed off on it? Was it Napier? Was it the Florida trustees, the athletic director, whoever? Somebody signed off on it, which made Jaden Rashada sign his name to it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
whoever thought this up and said, "Hey, this is a good idea. This is how it's gonna go," whatever, that person is to blame, right? Because whoever signed off on it should have just went through with it because he signed it. It's a legally binding thing, right? But because people don't understand that he actually was let out of his letter of intent as well.
Ooh.
So like I think that's what makes this interesting
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
yeah, because he signed it and then he signed his letter of intent and he had to be released from that while getting an NIL deal. So I think it's a very bad stain on it, but I feel like Florida's really at fault with this because it was a crazy amount. I understand the logic. Let's just spend money. Let's just try to get good real fast. That's never
Mm-hmm.
been the way. That's never how Florida really does business. And it was horrible, man. It turned out to be horrible. And this is the result when you try to cook things in a fast food manner, man. That's what this is. This screams, I want my food, I want my championships, I want relevancy really fast. And I don't care
Mm-hmm.
how I do it or how much trouble we get in. Let's just do it. And that's exactly why Florida's in this situation, man. Why they're gonna be
Yep.
looking for another coach, why they're gonna be trying to figure out how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they're gonna be in the same position next season, trying to figure out, get a new culture and everything. And honestly, I feel like they shouldn't have fired Dan Mullen. But that's the
They should
topic
give him a
for
little bit longer, but
yeah, I feel like they shouldn't have fired Dan Mullen, but that's a topic for another day, bro. That's a topic for another day because right now it's their fault that this guy is suing them, and hey, they're gonna have to figure it out, man. But we talked about it in a earlier show, man. That Napier is probably on the way out, man. Have you seen
he
that
doesn't.
schedule,
He
bro?
doesn't win a bowl game this year. Like I feel like if he doesn't get at least like 8 wins, I feel like that's your floor. I feel like if you don't get at least a minimum of 8 wins, they're gonna probably kick him out the door. I
I
love Billy
agree.
Napier, but we've already both agreed that this probably wasn't the correct position for him to take at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I said, I think they will be better this year because they showed promise last year, even with Graham Mertz running the offense. So I mean, I think they are talented. I think they have a pretty good coaching staff. You did lose a few really good people on your coaching staff, especially the one to LSU to be precise. But I feel like his floor is 8 wins. I feel like if he gets anything less than 8 wins, he's gonna move on.
Yeah. I think they got a 5-star quarterback, so
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, um, hopefully that player can help them stabilize that position so they don't have to do too much. Because I think I forgot his name. I think it's Lagway. He's really good though. He's
Yeah,
really
DJ
good.
way I think.
Yeah. So hopefully he can help them a lot, man. But before we get into our main topic, man, I want to get your thoughts on the Heisman eyes, man. Like I said, we're 100 days or so out of from college football starting. So I wanted to get your thoughts on it, man. So I got it scrolling across the bottom of the screen for everybody who's watching, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I like how the odds are, man. I think Jalen Milroe is a low. That's way too low if we're talking odds. I think he has an opportunity to be top 3 at the end of the season. I mean, hell, he was top 5 last season. With up and down play, right? So if you
Mm-hmm.
add the progress that he should make this year, I think he should be a lot higher, man. I do. I think he should be a lot higher. What you thinking?
I don't know, man. It's kind of a toss up with him because we don't know how that offense is going to be with the new head coach and new offensive scheme and stuff. I feel like they're going to probably play to his strengths a bit more. But it's another toss up with how we talked about the other day, just the way the SEC is going and different teams. I haven't taken a personally great look at y'all schedule, but I know y'all do play Texas. I think that game. I think he will make strides. He's an if anything. So I feel like his play ability, his ability to get out of the pocket and run, I think is really valuable. But his passing definitely needs to take big strides. And I feel like now that they have competition in that QB room, I think it's going to push him to really make strides to pass and be able to make better decisions and be able to get the ball in the end zone a lot more often.
Okay. No, I like that, man. These odds come from Chip Patterson from CBS Sports. So if you're out there, Chip Patterson, thank you for this because it was actually a great article that I was reading about just different storylines in the college football season as we enter into the home stretch of the off season, right? We're closing it out. So one person on these odds that I'm interested, man, is actually Will Howard, man, from Ohio State.
Telling you, that's where I was going to go.
That's one that I'm interested in,
Telling you, bro. Will Howard.
because last year, I forgot the guy's name, bro. What was his name? Um,
Ohio State,
yeah, yeah.
Kyle McCord.
There we go. He went to Syracuse. Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So last year it was, they blamed it on him. They blamed
Mm-hmm.
everything on him. Like they blamed the offensive woes. Shoot, they probably blamed ticket sales on McCord last season. And I don't think that was fair. I mean, like I said, man, he's not a prolific passer, man. He's really a game manager. And he managed to win a lot of games, didn't he? So my thing is, all right, so you blame him, but that's not why you lost to Michigan. It's not why you lost to Michigan the last 3 years. Last 3 years you lost to Michigan because of your defense, bro. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
So to blame him was just really bad. But um, anybody could play quarterback for Ohio State. Like they got a plethora of talent at the receiver position. They got a plethora of talent at the running back position. So anybody, you can plug any quarterback in the country to play this position. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and they would thrive. So the fact that Will Howard is coming from Kansas State, this is a glow up moment. Like he didn't have these type of weapons there. So if he can play 5% better than he did at Kansas State, he's gonna get some high NFL draft consideration,
Hmm.
because now you showed you can play with less talent. Now you're playing with even more talent. Let's see how it goes, man. I think so. I'm excited to
Yeah.
see what he can do there, man. So, little bit of a dark horse, man. So with the ACC influx, I really think I was high on this guy last season. So if you watched our show, you heard his name before, right? But I want to see Cade Klubnik do what he can do at Clemson, man. Like, I really want to see what he can do, man, because I feel like he's got a lot of who's a good comp for
So
him, man. He's got a lot of, I'm not gonna say Lamar. I'm gonna say the guy from Texas A&M, Mines.
Manziel.
He's got a lot of
Oh,
Kellen Mond in him.
okay, gotcha.
He's got a lot of Caleb Mond in him, man. And I like that type of quarterback who can beat you on the ground and beat you through the air. But
Hmm.
one thing that made mine so good at Texas A&M was the fact that um, they played to his strengths, man. They knew he was an okay passer, and they knew he was a pretty dynamic runner. And no, Jimbo Fisher doesn't get a lot of credit, but he deserves some credit for what he did with mine, because mine the best ever play in the SEC. You know, we talking we talking 4,000 yards. We talking, well, not 4,000. We talking like 10,000, and we talking like 4,000 rushing or something like that. Some crazy numbers. But that's the comp I give Cade Klubnik, man. Just they just need to use him the right way, right?
Hmm.
Like I said, we talked about this before, that the ACC is open for grabs. I think it's open. I think anybody can win it. But I also think that Clemson needs to restore their dominance, man. They need to, because if they don't, Miami's gonna be up there. They're coming. Then you got I think Louisville still in there. So you got them. Then you can't forget Florida State. They just won the thing last year, you know. So like there's a lot, and then you got Manny Diaz at Duke. Duke still got some players, and then he's a great defensive coordinator, right? Defensive coach. So I hope him being the head guy can help them a lot more uh, this year, man. So we'll see, man. So I'm excited. These Heisman odds. I think Carson Beck being the favorite right now is. Eh, I'm not that sold on Carson Beck. I think he might be one of the highest pick players though in the draft next year, because he does what he does. He doesn't really make mistakes, and the NFL likes guys like that. They like seasoned college players. Not talking
Yeah.
about Brandon Whedon though. Not talking about that.
No, no.
Not
I got
talking
another guy
about.
we can. I got another seasoned guy who I think nobody's talking about. And if you look at this list, he's very far back on the list. I think of his team's going to be in a new conference, consistently good already. Got injured last year and had a really prolific year before. We're talking about Cam Rising, man. Nobody's talking about Cam Rising. If you look at
Yeah.
this list, he's sitting at 40-1. I'm sorry, dude. He's got to be one of the most accurate passers in this entire list. He's a prolific passer. He's a gamer. Utah's always competitive. Utah's always good. Now they're going to a Big 12 conference where they don't have a solid team that's in charge. You got a bunch of new teams with them and Colorado, and you have teams that came in last year like Central Florida, Cincinnati, BYU. telling you, dude, he is on a mission. And the fact that they have this many quarterbacks in front of him is disrespectful. Very disrespectful. When he's on the field and he's healthy, dude, he can sling it with the best of them. I think it's flat out nuts that a lot of these guys are in front of him. And I expect him to have a really big year in front of this new conference and new fans.
Hey, man, you know who deserves new fans, man? And where you can get new football content to join the fans? College football dogs, man. Come on.
On the College Football Dogs website, you'll find a main page that features some of our biggest and newest stories. Our conference pages for content related to your favorite team's conference. Our team store, where we have products that are available all year long, as well as gear available for a limited time only. Our podcast page, where you can see when one of the 12 plus College Football Dogs podcasts is streaming live on social media. Our subscription page, where you can join our Discord. If you're interested in becoming a contributor at College Football Dogs, email us at info@collegefootballdogs.com. If you enjoy any College Football Dogs content, we really do appreciate any donations you can make by visiting the donate page on our website or scanning the QR code here.
There you go, fellas. There you go.
College football dogs, man. Great organization, man. Proud to be a part of it, man. Y'all know the drill. Follow them, follow us. So we're excited to be a part of this journey with them becoming the revolution, for sports media. So we're to be a part of this revolution, man. So we're excited. So y'all know the drill. Follow all of their stuff, man. Link will be in the description of this video. So like I said, we growing together. But all right, so like I said, probably gonna be one of our long videos, man. But we had to get that in there, man. But let's talk about our childhood, man. Let's talk about some good stuff, man. We talked about people getting sued. We talked about Heisman odds, man. Let's talk about our childhood, man. We are back, baby. College football 25, bro, is
Yes, sir.
we're back, dog. We're back, man. So let's talk about it, man. I am excited about this game being back, man. I was skeptical. I will. You can go back and you can call me on my BS. Yes, I was skeptical, but that's only because EA Sports just is trash sometimes. Okay, so but seeing the trailer, it kind of has me excited. I'm excited, but I had to dig into the weeds of this whole thing, man. I had to dig into the weeds and figure out what I like about this game and what maybe I can do with it. Like I said, we've talked off air that we are gonna do some streaming of this. We're gonna figure out how to go head to head on this, man. But I'm excited about it, man. So I wanted to get your excitement. Like, what are you excited about? About the game coming back.
So excited isn't the word. You got to understand, and a lot of this younger generation, I don't even know what these generations are called nowadays, but y'all have to understand this game has not come out since 2013, bro. None of y'all probably even know who Denard Robinson is, former Michigan quarterback.
Shoelace.
Was the last cover athlete. We had so many rumors over the last decade or so about getting a new game. And then it got announced back in 2020, I think during the COVID time that, EA was working. The initial release date was last year during the summer, and EA pushed it back for another year because they didn't want to push out an unfinished product because they knew if they happened to do that, the backlash would be so bad that they probably couldn't recover from it. Because I'm sorry, like Madden has a reliable fan base, But college football, NCAA football always had a much different fan base. I feel like a much more dedicated fan base that really loved the product because it was different. The
Yeah.
gameplay was different. The mechanics were different. The features were different. It was just different. Like I could play Madden, whatever, whatever. But like when I really wanted to take a deep dive and have fun, college football was there. I've already pre-ordered it. We're gonna get Cam set up, and we want to do a live stream with you guys, like playing, and I think it'd be really exciting. But I'm really excited. Are we gonna start getting? You want me to go through some of the new features and stuff like that, or?
Yeah. Hold on, I got it on the thing, man. That
So
was my next part after we had talked
yeah,
about,
yeah. So
how we
I'm
felt about
very,
it.
I'm very excited. This has been something we've been talking about this for years, on and off for years and years. And yeah, you were very skeptical, but I will tell you, I told you they were doing their homework. Like they were going to these stadiums, getting noises, doing the traditions. The graphics even look better, in my opinion. And one more thing I'm gonna get into: these kids have no idea how cool it is to actually have the people's name on the back of the jersey, not having to wait for Operation Sports or somebody to make a roster for you to have to go in there and download just to have people's names. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely excited, bro. I'm very ecstatic at this point.
Or auto naming them Chester Morrison or
Dude,
something.
that's the PS2 days, bro. I hated. It's the same thing when you're in Dynasty, bro. Like, and they have a white dude named like Deshaun Foster or something like. I'm like, wait, what? Like, what's going on? Or there's a
Hey
black
man,
guy
he
named
could
Larry
be
Bird.
Deshaun, man. He
I'm just
could be.
saying.
He could be, bro. It's some white Deshaun's out there, man. It is
No, but
somebody.
you know what But you get the idea. Like the
I
names would be
do.
so off
I
the
do.
wall, and it'd be like a
I
five.
do.
It'd be like a white guy. It's like 5'8", $150, and he's got like the most hood name ever. Like it was so funny. Like
Yeah, man. I mean, I look, man. I enjoy that part of it actually. I like the auto name, bro. I do because I mean it's better than the numbers, dog. Because if you played in the era before 2005, we're talking anything before that.
oh
They
yeah,
still
that
just
was just straight.
yeah, you just had the numbers, bro. And I
You
mean
had to
that's
know who was
cool.
who.
Yeah, but if once you do the auto name, like it makes it more realistic in my
It's
opinion.
more immersive.
I hated doing the draft classes and they got numbers on there. I'm like, yo, I don't know who this dude is. I'm not playing it. I'm not drafting this guy. No, but if I have a name to the player, it makes it easier. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember him. He was cool. Or in NCAA football, I'll be like, oh, he won the Heisman or whatever. I got to have him or whatever. And it makes it easier, when you do other features. So
hmm
let's get into some of these new features, man. I had it pop up here earlier. But let's talk about this. So one thing I see on here, they had to have the college football playoff. We had to.
Yep.
You had to have it on there. Doesn't matter. I'm excited about that part. Right. Ultimate team. I'm actually not mad at this. I'm actually not mad about this at all because it's something that works for Madden, and I think it would work for college football at the same time, man. And here's why I think it'd be work because now you get to the point where you can have all your favorite college football players and then go head to head with somebody.
Yeah.
So
14
say,
had that too.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So say I feel like no, start with you. So you say Joe Burrow's the best quarterback in college football history, right? So if I have my opinion, I'd say somebody like maybe Cam Newton, right? Let me use Cam Newton against you using Joe Burrow, and we can see who's out, who's the best playing, on the game. So I think it allows people to really settle some arguments, right? Right? And they be playing the game and they be like, no, man, Joe Burrow would have won, right? Or people say that if Tua would have played in 19, it would have been better. So let's play it out right now. Let's get the same team and let's play it out on the field and have this whole argument. So I like it. I like it, man. It's one of those things. Like I know it's gonna be crazy wild once the game comes and they started doing this Ultimate Team, because Ultimate Team on Madden, the community is wild, bro. It is a wild place.
Toxic, bro. It's pretty nuts.
Yes. I've seen a kid talk crazy, when my brother was playing. I was like, bro, really? Like, where's your parents? Hearing you say this stuff. You should be ashamed of yourself, right? Talking like this, man. But the last new feature, man, the Campus IQ gameplay system. No, it's a big word for people out there, but it's really simple. It's just using the actual atmosphere. It has some wear and tear system in there, to where, if your player is rushing like 2,000 yards like a Derrick Henry, it's going to show, and he's going to have a risk to get hurt. That's on there. You have some crowd noise, things like that. That's a part of this system. And they have this risk reward thing for starting your freshmen and your underclassmen. So that will have a big impact on your game plan. Do you want to play a Caleb Downs right now, right? A young player. Or do you want to play, one of your older players like a Harold Perkins? Do you want to use him even though you have maybe a 5-star player that might be better down the line, right? So I like that aspect of it, because it makes it pretty cool, man. For a person like me, who I don't care. I'll start a freshman. I don't care. I will start a freshman over a senior in a heartbeat, especially if the senior is right there, if they're even as far as where they are. Like, I know next year the player will be better. So why not get them started now? So, yeah. Wasn't always like that, though. I wasn't always like that. I used to play NCAA football with the idea that I'll start my seniors and we just go out like that, right? But I changed my mind after NIL started. So, but yeah, man, some new features, man, that really kind of opened my eyes to how good this game could be. But the most important features are the ones that they bring it back from the past. So let's talk about that, bro. Let's talk about some returning features, man. So I know that you are a Road to the Glory savant. So I want to hear what you think about this.
So that, and don't get me wrong, we're going to get into Dynasty. I've gotten really into Dynasty like the last couple of years or so, because I've seen how deep and immersive it really is. So, but Road to Glory I always found was really immersive, because you're making your own player. You're able to go through, obviously, like your high school season. You're able to rack up your recruiting points. You get offers from specific schools. Then you get offered like different positions or like different strings based on that. What I like about this is, one, you have a lot more colleges to choose from now, because obviously they have had a lot of FCS teams join the FBS in the last decade or so. But the college game has already changed so much. So, I mean, you're obviously going to get a lot of different things with recruiting. I already know they're going to change up the recruiting system, especially in Road to Glory. It's probably going to be a lot more smooth, I would think, and maybe look a lot better. The cool thing I'm looking forward to, what everybody wants to see, is the transfer portal. I've seen so many guys online make these Road to Glory career mode things, but they'll take clips from like different games and try to make it like, oh, I transferred here and da-da-da. But you could never really do that. The only time you ever got transfer players was in Dynasty, and you weren't in control of that. The AI was in control of that, because obviously they're AI generated players. But this is cool, because I wonder, okay, are you going to limit your players to how many times they can transfer? Or they're like guidelines that they have to be able to play for you a certain amount of snaps, stuff like that. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that. As just well as I just want to see like how immersive they're going to make it. Like, am I going to be able to play a whole high school season? Or is it going to be like, let's say like NCAA 10 or 11, where they would just throw you into the playoffs and you had like 3 or 4 games to just play as good as you could to see what teams were going to recruit you. Or I remember even further back than that. I remember playing NCAA, I think it was 09 or 10 on the PS2. You didn't even have that. It was literally threw you in a group with a bunch of other guys, and you got different drills and stuff you'd be able to choose from, like the 40-yard dash, You'd have like if you're a quarterback, you get like passing skeleton. If you're a running back, you get like rushing attack, stuff like that, to where you can rack your points up, and based on that, you get a list of teams that you could specifically choose which one. So I'm really interested to
Yeah.
see. I think there could be a lot of really cool content to make with Road to Glory. I think Dynasty kind of overshines it to an extent, but I'm more of a single player guy anyway. I do like multiplayer games and stuff like that, but I'm most interested to see how they're gonna do NIL, especially in Road to Glory mode. Because Dynasty, I don't know how that's gonna work. It's gonna be like the salary cap and franchise mode. You got to be able to balance your cap space and all these different things. But definitely want to see, from an immersion standpoint, how NIL is gonna work, and then how are they gonna cap or limit your transfer portal stuff.
Okay, nah, man. That's actually a pretty cool point, man. Because I remember playing Road to the Glory in the earlier stages of the game, like '06, '07, and I enjoyed it, man. I really did. I enjoyed it because I like running the Oklahoma drill because I like being in the running backs. That was like my favorite position as a kid. So it was the easiest one too. Because if you play really good, guess what? You get all of the offers. You can pick where you want to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed that a lot. So, but my two features of the returning features that I like is definitely Dynasty mode. That was my thing. Like I drifted away from Road to the Glory mode once they kind of made it like commercialized, like it wasn't the same. Like I like going from the high school, I guess you'd say combine, to see, okay, well, yeah, hey, you play good, so hey, here's your offers, right? I like that part about it, and I like how they made it so realistic back in the day to where you were actually in the classroom. You was
Yeah.
like taking finals, bro. Like, bro, I flunked out so many times. I flunked out, bro. I did. Cause I would take like the hardest class, bro. Cause I'm like, bro, I'm finna be prepared. Like they ain't gonna do nothing with me. And I took like there was a they had the one double A teams on there, right? So that was my class. So when they start having like the midterms and they start asking you about the team names and shit, I'm like, yo, I don't know none of these. I
Yeah,
want another.
they pick like the most obscure teams
I
ever. You're like,
want.
dude, I don't even know who that is.
I
Like,
want another one. I want another one. Ask me what the Citadel team name was, bro.
it's like I don't know.
Bro, at that time I didn't know, but they're like I think they're the Bulldogs. I think they're the Bulldogs. But at the time I didn't know that. So but it was so good back in the day, man. I liked how you could export your player to
That's another
Madden.
feature that I don't know if they're gonna have yet. They haven't announced that. That's a good point as well. That like that was cool because
Yeah.
you didn't have to go back and create your guy. So you're like, your guy wins like the freaking Maxwell. Your guy wins the Heisman. Your guy wins the national championship, and then you export him. It's like, oh, cool, top five pick. Like that's something that I kind of hope they end up. If they
Very.
don't have it from launch, I hope they make it to where it's compatible where you can do it after.
Yeah, no. I like that, man. So of course I'm excited about Dynasty mode, man. I would hope that it would be more of an open world, man, to where you can control a lot more within the settings. How many recruits, salary cap, how easy it is to recruit, how hard it is to recruit, things like that. I want like more of an open world because you can make Dynasty cookie cutter like other games, right? But you have an opportunity to do something even more. Open it up. Like have let people create their own universe, how they see college football. So I would hope that they have settings to where you can expand the playoffs, shrink the playoffs, go back to the BCS, right? Or go back to where before that, where the champions were voted based off of where you were in the rankings. So I would hope it would be like an open world like that.
The only bad thing to that point, I don't want to cut you off. The only bad thing is, I did read up on this, and I don't know if you've seen this. they have not made that a feature to be able to go back and resort back to the BCS. They've like completely cut that off. Like they don't want us having access to any of that. So like being able to swap from the new format to the old format, they haven't allowed us to do that.
Well, hey man, a guy
Cool
can
idea
dream.
though.
A guy can dream, man. A guy can dream, and I hope they will do that, man.
Always the dreamer.
Even if it's not this year, at some point, do that. Open it up to the point where people can have their own way of playing. You know, because some people don't like the playoffs. Some people don't. It's just what it is, right? But I do like that. So the next thing that I like is team builder, man. And then we can get into our next thing after this, man. But team builder is what I like, man. Okay. I am a person that I like to take states that don't have teams, right? Good teams. We talking Alaska, we talking Idaho, we talking Kentucky, teams like that, places that don't have good teams more times than not. So I like Montana is another one. Not Montana. I would say North Dakota, but they got a good team. I'm talking South Dakota.
South Dakota does too. They good too. They just won a national championship last year.
Oh, they did, didn't they? They did. Never mind. Take it back. South Dakota's really good. Okay, but Alaska on the other hand is like my go-to place. Like, and I tell you why. Ain't nobody gonna want to play in Alaska in the wintertime. Who gonna want to play up there? Who? as the New Day saying WWE, who gonna do that on a regular basis, bro? Nobody want to play in Alaska, period. Especially not when you're in the middle of a blizzard, bro. We're talking negative degree weather, man.
They're gonna have to make an indoor stadium then. They got that like a Kibbie Dome.
Exactly, and that's exactly why I don't. That's exactly why I don't, bro. Because I'm like, bro, the team you have, that's why I'm interested in team builder, bro. Because you could do it, you can build your team anyway, any offense thing. So I hope that's immersive. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking real forward to that, man.
Yeah.
So definitely team builder. It's gonna be fun. So we'll see.
Yeah,
man.
I agree. I think team builder gives you opportunities, especially that EA hasn't fully confirmed this, but there have been rumors of, if you guys don't know, FCS teams aren't going to be in the team on the game at launch. But team builder is a really cool asset to have when you don't have those FCS teams, because team builder allows you to make said teams. Because back in the day, people go in team builder, and a lot of these teams like App State wasn't in the game initially. They put App State in there. They put all these different FCS teams. Then you can go import them, like you can download them. I don't think you could use them in Road to Glory, but they always made it to where you use them in Dynasty and stuff like that. That's a really cool feature, especially what if it takes like 6 months, if not longer, to add some of these FCS teams in there. Now you have a feature where you can get these teams in there if you want to make like a full-out FCS freaking Dynasty mode, or you want to make just like a select conference to go against the rest of the FBS. Now you have a really cool idea to where you can play against these bigger teams and see if you can recruit and compete with these other teams.
Man, I agree, man. I agree. I like it. I like that a lot, dog. Man, I like team builder, man. I didn't really get a chance to play with it as much as I wanted to because I was still playing PS2, you know, even when Xbox 360 came out, because I enjoyed that a lot more, you know. I really didn't get a chance to play team builder for real until like maybe the one with RG3 on the cover of it. That was my first time actually. Yeah, that was like one of my first times using team builder to like build a team, you know. So I was late to the party. I wish I wasn't, but I'm excited to have it back because that'll be the first thing I do, man. So I'm excited about that, man. But you know what else I'm excited about? The top 5 segment, dog.
Yes, sir.
So top 5 segment today is the all-time NCAA college football covers, man. The covers of the game gets you to buy the game. I'm excited to hear what you got here, man. So just preface this, man. There might be a commercial break, but stay tuned though. Stay tuned. We're not gonna go nowhere yet, but it might be a commercial break. I told y'all it's one of our longest shows, man. It's one of our longest shows, man. But it was a lot to talk about today. But I'm interested to see your list, man, to see what you got, man. So I got you all good here, man.
Cool. So, I kind of had a similar upbringing as you. When people were playing next gen, when people were playing on the 360 and the PS3, I was still on PS2. I was still playing like one of my favorites was like was it NCAA 09? I think with dude from Cal on the cover. I played that one religiously. I played Timothy Rackpo on the cover religiously. But I found those games were just smooth because up to that point, next gen like it wasn't fully developed yet. Like the game was not clunky, but they just didn't run as smoothly as the PS2 games did. So definitely, I can attest to like that with you. I agree. I was definitely in that boat. But if I'm going to get into my top 5, I've gone back and I've played all these, some more than others, some fond memories, some maybe not so fond memories. But if I'm just going by cover basis, we're going to do a top 5. I'm going to go at number 5. I've got NCAA Football 09 with McFadden on the cover for the Xbox 360. Very fun game. Still early in next gen. McFadden's one of my favorite cover athletes ever, but he's one of my favorite college players ever as well, man. Prolific running back for Arkansas. I just love the fact that this cover is just very simplistic, not anything crazy in the background. You just got a badass running back that you knew was what 2-3-headed monster there in Arkansas, man. Really prolific. Not my favorite college football game, but yeah, there you guys see. Nothing fancy, but in an era where like, they were starting to do really better with covers, and I love McFadden, dude. One of my favorite players ever. I've got him at number 5.
Yeah.
At number 4, we're going to take a little trip back to past gen. PlayStation 2 has some really cool covers too. And it's really hard to choose through some of the older ones. I've only got one old gen console one on here. But at number 4, man, I've got NCAA 10 with Arakpo on the cover, man. Brian Arakpo, edge rusher from Texas back in the day. This game, I put so many hours in, especially on Road to Glory when you had to freaking do all these different drills and stuff that you had to get recruiting. Dude, I probably played quarterback for damn near almost every team in that game, from Ohio State to freaking LSU to freaking Tulane to whoever. It didn't really matter. The game was really good, and I feel like when people talk about really good PlayStation 2 like college football games, this game doesn't get talked about. Everybody always talks about freaking 06 with Desmond Howard on the cover. Everybody always talks about one with Reggie Bush on the cover. 08's a really good one too, but this one's one I probably put damn near almost the most time into. I don't know how many hours during the summer when I wasn't at football practice or if I wasn't in the weight room, like I was on my PS2 freaking grinding the freaking joysticks, the freaking pieces playing this game. Really fun, really cool cover as well. Got it number 4.
Yeah.
Number 3, man. I thought this game was really underrated because a lot of people always say 14 is the best game ever, but I feel like this game has room to be in that conversation as well, man. NCAA 13, bro. RG3, Barry Sanders on the cover. It's got the Heisman edition on there. This game was really cool, bro. RG3 was the truth.
That was fire.
Which, I want to say 13 brought out, it was a Heisman Road to Glory mode where you could go through like a list of 10 to 15 former Heisman winners, and you could recreate their Heisman season. So you could play with RG3. You could go back and try to do Barry Sanders. You could do, I don't think they had Reggie Bush. I know they had like Matt Leinart. They had like Doug Flutie. They had a bunch of really cool guys. This game was really awesome. And I just like the creativity of this cover, man. It looks really cool. I loved RG3. And Barry Sanders is a legend, man. So I've got them at number 3.
Yeah, that was a good cover, bro. That was a good one.
So at number 2, man, one of my favorite college players ever, man. We're talking about NCAA Football 10 with Michael Crabtree on the cover for the Xbox 360. Don't get confused with the PS3. They had Utah's quarterback. This cover's badass, bro. Crabtree was a beast. I love the black and the red. He don't get enough credit. He don't really get his due, man. I love this game. I love the cover. It's one of my favorites ever. I've got him at number 2.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you guys my number one before we go to commercial break. But my number one, man, best cover ever, man. NCAA Football 11, man. Tim Tebow, Xbox 360. I love the blue in the background. Tim Tebow is just so passionate and fiery. You could just feel it by looking at it. Like, this game was dope, too. Like, the Road to Glory in this game was really good. The Dynasty was awesome. I feel like this is where the gameplay really started taking that leap to be really good. I really enjoyed it. And this is like one of those Road to Glories where you were able to take exams. And if you didn't show up to class, like, they weren't going to let you play and do all these things like that. So probably one of my, not my favorite college football game of all time, but definitely in my top 5. And I love this cover, man. It's got to be my number one, bro.
Yeah, man. Nah, dog. Nah, man. That was a good list, man. Had a lot of good stuff on there, man. So I'll give you more of my take on your list after this commercial break, man. Stay tuned.
On the College Football Dogs website, you'll find a main page that features some of our biggest and newest stories. Our conference pages for content related to your favorite team's conference. Our team store, where we have products that are available all year long, as well as gear available for a limited time only. Our podcast page, where you can see when one of the 12 plus College Football Dogs podcasts is streaming live on social media. Our subscription page, where you can join our Discord. If you're interested in becoming a contributor at College Football Dogs, email us at info@collegefootballdogs.com. If you enjoy any College Football Dogs content, we really do appreciate any donations you can make by visiting the donate page on our website or scanning the QR code here.
Yeah, man. College Football Dogs, man. I'm going to get me another commercial, man. I thought I downloaded it. I did. I thought I downloaded it. But
hey, bro, you got to rep the brand. You got to rep the brand, Joe. Check them out.
Hey, it's the same commercial, same message, man. College Football Dogs is what it is, man. Come join the revolution, man, of sports media, man. We taking over podcasts everywhere. We doing our thing, man. So I am excited about this journey, man. I know you are too, man. So let's get back into the top 5 segment. But I enjoyed your list, man. Like I said, I can't argue with it. 13 was definitely one of my favorites, man. That's one of my favorite NCAA footballs, honestly, man, because they had it to where the Heisman was the whole theme of it, you know. So even when you played in dynasty mode, you had a player going off, right? You'll hear certain commentaries, that's his Heisman moment or whatever. And that's kind of cool how that started, man. But that's one of my favorites. NCAA 10 is one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite NCAAs, period, man. Especially of the new gen era. I think if I had to pick a top 3 of the new gen era, it would be 10, it would be 09, and 13. Yeah, 13 or 09 or 08. I mean. Because 08 had this weird thing in there. Like, not weird, but really cool thing when you entered your trophy case, they explained every trophy.
Yeah, I like that. I just didn't really care for the gameplay in 08 because they were still figuring it out. So it wasn't the smoothest, but I loved the features and like the presentation was really good too, though.
Yeah. That's what I liked about Madden 11. Madden 11 was like the gameplay was horrible, but the presentation.
I found the gameplay that was that bad.
I found it horrible, but the presentation, bro. Oh my god, dog! That was A-list, bro.
Had Madden moments and everything. It was
bro. How you start the pregame, dog? The dude talking about.
I love the intro. Just the intro with like breathing. Like the intro was dope. That's probably one of the best ones ever.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, I didn't find the gameplay to be that good, considering I had just played 10 last year, and 10 was really good. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting that. Oh, let's see. We got some comments in here, man. Let's see. We got CD Clips, man. He said, Yo. He said, what's up?
What's going on, bro?
And he said, yeah. So I wasn't sure where those comments
where are we
came
going
from.
with this?
But
It's good,
yeah,
bro.
man. Thanks for the comment, man. Got some great clips, man. Some great clips, man. I got
Yep.
did some shorts from him the other day. So shout out CD Clips, man. Check out his shorts, man. Check out his channel too, man. So but without further ado, man. Oh yeah, he put another comment in there, man. Hey, we
Oh, we
doing
good,
good,
man.
man. We doing
We doing
good. How you
good.
doing, man? Hope everything's good. Hope everything's good with you, man. All right, let's get into this. Well, my top 5 segment, bro. So you know how I am, man. I am a stickler for old school, bro. I'm nostalgia. That's my thing. Um, I like it, man. I like it. I like old stuff, man. I like vintage, man. We're talking PS2. It's one of the greatest games to ever be created, dog. Like, I'm sorry. You can't tell me that I can just take this game to my friend's house. We both can play all day, eat chips, not do a damn thing, whatever. Come on, man. I don't need no Wi-Fi for real. Just us playing, talking stuff, talking smack, whatever, man. Don't need nothing, man. So my list is gonna have a lot more old vintage covers to it. But here we go, man. Here we go. So I'm gonna start with my 5, man. Here's my 5, man. Mark Ingram, a little grainy. Sorry, you
Yeah,
guys.
I like that one too though. That
Mark
one barely missed the cut. I love that cover.
Mark Ingram, man. I loved it on NCAA 12. That's one of my favorites, actually.
12 was really good too.
It's actually one of my favorites, man, of the new gen. I completely forgot because I was thinking about presentation. But if we're talking about
Gameplay was really good.
gameplay, bro, like it was nice, dog. It was nice. I love how they introduced the coaching carousel, man. How your assistants could be head coaches, man. I really enjoyed that. But great game, great cover, man. So the next cover on my list, number 4, uh, is this one, '08, man.
Yeah, it's okay. What you
Nah,
got?
man. Nah, man. I'm gonna tell you why I like this one, dog. Because it gave a shout out to the group of 5 teams, man. It gave a group of 5 team. You know, Boise State had just beat Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl, and it gave them a shout out, man. So I enjoyed that, man. Like that was cool because Boise State they was hot, man. They was one of the hottest teams on the planet, any sport. Their
Yeah.
field was selling out. I mean, they was winning big games against teams that they wasn't supposed to. I mean, and they just kept doing it after that. So I felt like '08, man, that cover really sold me on the game, bro. I was like, yo, this is fire. So, I liked it, man. I like that a lot, dog. So that's my 4, man. You might not agree with it, man.
No, it's still a good cover. I like it. It's just not like my top 5, but I still really like it.
Yeah. So, all right. So, dang, I might have did too many. My bad. I might have did too many. Okay, so I gotta choose. All right. Give me 1 second. This is gonna be kind of hard.
Oops.
Yeah. Oops. All right. Number 3. I'm gonna go Desmond Howard. '06. You can't go
Yeah.
wrong with that. The Heisman mode. Sick. Love it. Regardless, it's perfect, man. Perfect. I love it, man. The whole game was good. '06 is like probably the best one ever. I mean, that's probably the best NCAA ever, bro. Like if you're talking about gameplay for what it was at the time, you're talking about presentation, bro. Like, I mean, even '07 was missing some stuff, right? But it was good though. It was good. '06 was
Yeah.
great. That was a great cover, man. I'm sorry. It was good. You still had Reggie Bush. Like he's one of the best players to ever get on the game, and then you transfer him to Madden. Like, bro, stupid, bro. Stupid numbers, man. He's my first pick, other than the players from my creative school. He's the first player from a real school that I take, regardless. He's talking Madden 06. You can't go wrong, man. Dude, too fast, bro. He's so fast, and he's good.
It was OP, bro.
OP, man. But you know who else was OP on there? Lindell White, bro. His backup. Yeah. Lindell White was OP, man. He was breaking tackles, running over people, bro. Every time I played USC in that first season of Stein Dynasty, he would always get a receiving touchdown. Never failed. Every time. So I'm like, bro, I'm done with this dude, man. So number 2, man, this one, man. Gosh, Larry Fitzgerald, bro. Jesus, man. Dude should have won the Heisman that year.
Yeah, I feel like he kind of got snubbed on that one.
Flat out. He should have won the Heisman, man. We know that. Everybody knows that. He should have won the Heisman. I think it went to Jason White that year.
Yeah.
Check out my video ranking the Heisman winners of the 2000s, man. I'll put that in the description as well, man. Good video, man. Just checking out my tier list, man. If you like it, you like it. You don't, man. But Jason White was definitely one on the lower list because I did not think he won. I did not think he should have won the Heisman that year, man. Larry Fitzgerald was the best receiver in the country, man. But number 1, man. I forgot to play yours, so I'll play mine, man. Number one, man. Number one on my list, man. You know the drill, man. We talking Reggie Bush, 07. One of the greatest covers ever, man. I mean, one of the greatest players ever. Coming off of a Heisman win. Man, OP. He was having a great rookie season in the NFL. By the time I got this game, so it made it even more. The game itself was really cool. I really enjoyed the impact mode, even though that was kind of 06-ish. They made it really OP, man. But 07 was really good, man. So yeah, that's my list, man. But honorable mention. This one was honorable mention because I got it later on. But this is one of my favorites, man. Joey Harrington in 03, bro.
Yeah, 03 is pretty good.
Yeah, 03 was cool. Like I said, the gameplay was kind of prehistoric. You know, it wasn't they didn't really put that much into NCAA back then. It was still good, don't get me wrong, it was still some good. But I just played it for the draft classes to get my Madden cards up on Madden for real. That's it. I didn't really play that much, man. So but they got better, as you know. But that was a cool cover, man. I was like, dang, Joey Harrington was like this. And you know, that sparked my interest into like football history to figure out a lot of these guys' careers before that, you know. Obviously you look back, you know, on their careers and you look back and say, oh, well, hey, you know, Joey Harrington, where did he get drafted or how good was he in college, right? Dude was a all Pac-10 player of the year, something like that. Like, bro, he was damn good. So it was good to see that. Good to see that type of stuff, man. I really enjoy NCAA football, man. I'm glad it's back, man. So, but that's our top 5 segment, man. Like I said, I hope you like mine.
Yeah, I do. I mean, you took a different perspective. I wanted to pick some of the older covers. I just had a lot more fond memories with some of these, especially going back and playing them years later. A lot of these games I didn't play when they came out. A lot of them I played after because I wanted to compare them and the features and like the gameplay and stuff. And I just felt like the covers, the more modern ones were just a bit more appealing to the eye. But the old ones do hold that factor of nostalgia and just like a more simpler time in gaming.
Yeah. See, like I said, I had the reverse approach to it because I didn't play a lot of the next gen for real. Not too much. I mean, like I said, life and all of that stuff kind of make you not play it as much. But my fond memories is this era, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. That's where I was like in it to win it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in it to play NCAA and to play Madden at the same time because that was like my peak Madden phase. You had 04, I didn't really play NCAA 04 because 03 and 04 weren't that good. But you're talking like my peak gaming, like 04, 04 to like 07, maybe 08. That was like my peak gaming where I play a lot of games all the time, especially these. And that's why they hold a lot of place, a little special place in my heart, man. Especially Desmond Howard, bro. I was playing that last night, bro. I was killing it, dog. Do my Heisman pose, bro. You know what I'm
The
saying?
only thing like I didn't like about the older ones that ended up becoming a feature in like '08, you know what sucked really bad about playing Road to Glory and you playing on one side of the ball? Not having Super Sim to simulate the other side of the ball, and the games take hella
Yep.
long when you don't want to. Oh my
Yep.
gosh,
I
bro.
agree.
Because
I agree.
I played 06 a while back, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I forgot. So I jump in, and we drive right down the field, touchdown. I'm like, cool. And I'm about to get the ball back. I'm like, oh damn, dude, it's not in here. Oh no, like, oh, I don't know if I have the patience.
Yep. Yeah. No, man.
Dude,
Nah,
Super Sim was
hey,
like
look.
the best thing ever, bro. Like, oh my god.
Hey, man. Nah. I get it, man. That was definitely a tough one, man. That's the
No.
difference. That's the
Now,
difference.
one cool feature I liked in the newer, like the more recent games, that like it's cool playing games, like when you got Dynasty and you're playing. But you know what I liked even more is when you play in coach mode and you don't
Mm,
play at all. You're literally just running. Like, for instance, like I always usually start as like an offensive coordinator. Like I'll go to like not a big school and I'll be an offensive coordinator and work my way to being a head coach. And I'll just run the offense. And the cool thing is I don't have to watch the defense. I can if I want, but I can play coach mode and I'm just calling plays based on what's going on and hoping that my quarterback doesn't freaking fumble or freaking throw picks, pretty much.
yeah. Nah, man. Yeah, I said in our closing argument segment, man. As we close it down, we started anytime, man, on this show, man. But like I said, man, it was a great show, man. Great show, man. But like I said, one underrated game that I really enjoyed, and I don't think people understand why it was such a good game, man. Remember NFL head coach, bro?
Yeah. College
Like,
Game Breakers was good too.
yeah, I just like I said, I don't know why I enjoy NFL head coach because you really
Because you
weren't
like
playing.
the immersion of being able to run a team and manage the money and all, like you really get into that. So those games are really immersive too.
Yeah, like I don't know why I enjoyed it, man, but I enjoyed the heck out of that, man. Then they had rest in peace Steve Sable on your cutscenes, bro, as
Mm-hmm.
you went into like more achievements, whether it be getting a top 5 draft pick, your first losing seasons, back to back winning seasons, winning the Super Bowl, winning multiple Super Bowls. Like to have him talk to you was like epic, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Epic, man.
It was
Like,
dope.
bro.
It was ahead of its time.
Yeah, bro. Then they made '09, and that was just trash. So I was like,
Yeah,
what?
I have that one,
What
and
is it?
it takes forever to freaking load anything. Like you go into the off season, and then you're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna skip the preseason. I'm gonna get to the regular season, bro. Like 20 minutes later, and I'm not even there. I'm like, I can't play this no more. I might just wasted like 2 hours of my life for nothing.
Yeah, man. It was trash, dog. It was trash. Although it was some pieces that I liked. They could have just went to do what they did when they first had NFL head coach, bro, and just
Mm-hmm.
updated it. You could have had the same model and just updated it with new features, man, new
EA's
players.
really good at that, minus adding features.
Yeah,
They're really good at taking them away.
yeah. So
Yeah.
hopefully they do it right, man. But like I said, this has been a great show, man. We really enjoyed doing this, man. Let me pull up the socials, man. Again, y'all know the drill, man. Like and subscribe, follow, man. Really had a good show today. Like I said, I really enjoyed doing this. This is like my happy place to talk about sports and talk about football, man.
Mm-hmm.
we're getting into this the home stretch of the season starting. So expect more content from us as far as breakdowns and I wouldn't say list or whatever, but at least we're gonna break down the conferences and break down the NFL teams, the conferences over there, division. We're gonna break it down division by division. So we're gonna pick a division winner of every division, and then we're gonna end that whole group of videos with our Super Bowl and awards picks, man. So look out for that, man. Like I said, we're gonna have a lot of stuff, man. This season is gonna be crazy, man. We started this journey a year ago, and now we were college football dogs. They about to grow, we about to grow. So expect this season to be crazy, crazy, man. So, but before we get up out of here, man, anything you gotta say?
Yeah, man. So we really appreciate anybody's in the live stream right now. Thank you guys. This is something we've really been starting to do lately. Not as much pre-recorded stuff. All the stuff is live. You guys are checking it out as we're having like genuine reactions and discussions. So thank you for anybody watching now. If anybody's watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you never miss any of our videos. Not to mention, like I said, the socials at the bottom of the screen. You have Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. If you're an audio guy, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of that good stuff. But man, on the road to 20,000, man. 16.3 right now. We really need you guys' help. Like he said, got a bunch of stuff coming out once we get into like the preseason and stuff, college predictions, NFL predictions, awards, championships, all that good stuff. If you guys were here last year, you know what's going to happen. If you're not, get ready for the ride. We're ready to go, and you guys have a great day.
Hey, yeah, man. Before we go, man, CD, we hope you have a great rest of your day
You
too.
too, man.
Like I said, if you're still in the chat, man, have a good day. You too. But this is the Football Frame of Mind podcast, man. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.